Hey boss, I am coming to you today to share how you can speak up so your employees want to listen. So this is really important because if you're a boss or any kind of a supervisor or a management role, you obviously want your employees to listen to you because you are trying to convey a message that is you are wanting your employees to act upon so they actually do the job that you pay them to do, right? So let me ask you this. Do you like to be lectured to? I can pretty much guarantee that you do not. And I'm saying this because your employees don't want to be lectured to either. So your job as a boss is to communicate, the strategic direction that you are wanting your department or company to go in. You're also communicating the company goals, the company objectives that you are wanting your employees to achieve. And with that, it comes to the thought of, well, how do I do this so my employees listen to me and want to be excited, want to be engaged? Well, today I'm going to share with you 5 tips on how you can do that. Hey, I'm Dr. Heather Williamson with the Transformation Group, and welcome back to the channel. All right, so 5 tips for you today are going to really focus on what you can do to get your employees to want to listen to you. So in the end, they're doing the job that you pay them to do. All right, so the first tip I have for you is to ask open-ended questions. So remember I started off this video by saying, do you want to be lectured to? And the answer is obviously no. So in order not to always feel like you're lecturing or your people are perceiving you as lecturing is to ask open-ended questions. Because really the goal is to encourage two-way communication. It is also trying to encourage your people to share their knowledge, their experiences, even their expertise on the tasks that they are being charged with. So when you are encouraging this, you are doing this in a way where you are getting them to share. And open-ended questions is a great way. So here's an example. So here's a question that you can ask your employees, and that is, what approach should we take, and you notice I'm using the word we, what approach should we take on, and you just fill in the blank. It could be a task, it could be a project. You can even ask, what, or tell me about, and then just fill in the blank. So you're encouraging them to respond and share their ideas. So your job then is to be quiet and really, really listen to them. Listen to what they're sharing with you. The second tip I have for you is to incorporate stories. So I love this idea because incorporating stories, in a sense, you are sharing your, especially if they're personal stories, your vulnerability and that you are a real person. So personal stories could be something to the effect of, you know what, I tried this same approach several years back and it backfired. It was horrible. We failed. We did not meet the goals. And when you do this, you're sharing your vulnerability and you're also sharing, this is why I think we should take this approach. And whether it's a personal story that you're sharing to get your message across or it's a business related story to get your message across, it doesn't really matter. But stories kind of brings that message to life, and it's a great way to get your people to listen to you when you are trying to get an idea or message across. All right, the third tip I have for you is to don't be arrogant. So arrogance is a major turnoff. And if you want your people to listen to you, then don't turn them off right from the very beginning. So don't try to be that big man on campus or that big woman on campus because you have the title of boss. What you want to do is to have your people have the perception that you are not arrogant, you're kind, you're supportive, you're really wanting to hear from them. And arrogance, like I said, is a major turnoff, and you are not going to get your people to listen to you if you are coming across as arrogant. The fourth tip I have for you is to use we instead of I. And so the difference is very simple and it's very distinct. So when you use the word I, you are coming across as really dictating in a sense, and it's all about you. And when you're working in a team environment and you have employees, you do not want to be dictative, and you do not want your people to think it's all about you. So when you use the word we in your messaging, it is coming across as we are a team and that we are in this together. And this is the approach that is going to be more fruitful for you in the end, I promise. Now, the fifth and final tip for you is to, when your people are expressing concerns or ideas, you need to respond as soon as possible. And the reason I say this is because if you have people that are putting forth effort in sharing their ideas, sharing their concerns, then you need to show that you are listening to them and that you are taking action. If you are not doing this, then your people are not going to come to you anymore when they do have these concerns, because they're going to see that you don't, the perception is that you don't really care, and that it's all about you and your ideas and your initiative. So when it comes to sharing concerns, take action, let them know that you are hearing them and that you are listening. And when you do this, you are building trust. If you don't do this, you are deteriorating that trust that you have with your employees. And this is something that you do not want to do, I can guarantee. So just to recap real quick, the 5 tips I have for you on how you can speak up so your employees want to listen. The first is to ask open-ended questions. The second is to incorporate stories into your messaging. The third is to don't be arrogant. The fourth is to use we in your messaging and not I. And then the fifth is to respond to concerns. Now keep in mind that you as the boss have the ability to get your people to listen to you when you open your mouth. So keep in mind, when you open your mouth, make sure that you are encouraging your people to listen and that you actually share that you are wanting to hear from them. Because when you do this, they will listen to you with a much more open mind, and it will pay off dividends in the end. So if you like what you just saw, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on one of my weekly leadership videos. Hit the notification bell and it will alert you to a new video when it does come out. And also, don't forget to share this if this is something that you think another boss may benefit from. So until next time, have an amazing day. Bye.